Hello friends, happy Monday. My name is Ray with Dizzy Designer and I'm on my Craft Around the Clock segment. So if you're not following us over in the Craft Around the Clock group, make sure you give us a follow, or if you're finding me in the Craft Around the Clock group, give me a follow. Today we're going to do the Easter insert, or one of the Easter inserts, brand new file for the truck. So this is the 24-inch truck. I also have the 12-inch trucks. Which this one's all falling apart. Let's see here. I don't have it set up exactly correctly. Oh my goodness. Let's put a little insert in there. So here's the 12-inch truck and there's the 24-inch truck. Giant difference. But you can get the inserts for either. So you can get the 12-inch inserts or the 24-inch inserts. Just make sure that if you have a truck and you have the 12-inch truck, you get the 12-inch inserts, or they're not going to work for you. But today, what we're going to do is, I'm going to tip you guys down right over here. Hopefully I can still see you and you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we have got Carrot Patch. Peter Cottontail Farms is going to be the back end of our truck. 25 cents for our license plate. And then our insert for this one is going to be the carrots with the little bumblebee, some flowers, and some hearts. Hey Rachel, how are you? So we'll go ahead and get started on this. I have my little heat gun out so we can move along quicker if we need to. I'm gonna go ahead and start on this back piece right here. And we're gonna use some white to get started. Hi June. And you know what? I got all my colors out this time, but I forgot to get out my sponges. I did wash my brushes finally. Anybody that has been paying attention to me lately, I keep saying I'm gonna wash my brushes and then I haven't been. But I did. I brought them upstairs and I boiled them on the stove and cleaned them up pretty good. So some of them are still a little bit icky. I need to get maybe some brush cleaner and redo that, but I did finally get to it. Hello, hello. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Pam. How's everybody doing today? Anybody else painting or crafting tonight? I spent my day trying to get the big laser working. My cut settings that I used before aren't working, so it must need to be cleaned or realigned or something. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm gonna try to do that either tonight or tomorrow night after I finish babysitting. I do have a couple orders that need to get cut, but I've got the small laser cleaned and working, so I can at least get the orders going in the meantime. Hello, Cindy. All right, so I'm just doing a first layer of white on the back part of the truck. And then I'm gonna let it dry. We'll do a second coat in just a minute. Maybe even a third coat. Sometimes the white takes a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this off to the side. And I'm going to do, the letters are gonna be done in white as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let me see if I can pop this through here. There's a little A that didn't cut out all the way. There we go. Pretty sure I hear Preston running around upstairs. My aunt came and picked him up and they went out to dinner tonight. So I'm thinking that I hear him home. Hello, Kimberly. Hi, Sue. Hey, Deborah. How are you? Do you guys still have snow or did it all melt? Ours melted, or is mostly melted, I should say. We got quite a bit the other day and now it's almost all gone again. All right, so first coat on our background, first coat on our words here. I'm gonna also do this in white. I like to do all of the pieces, hi Carla, of the same color all at once. Most of the time. Sometimes I do piece by piece, but usually it just helps it go quicker. And sometimes when there's a lot of white, it takes longer. And since I'm doing my Craft Around the Clock segment, I wanted to make sure that I get it done in time so you can see the full project. So I'm gonna do it in chunks by color, and like I said, I have the heat gun too if I need to use that at all. So on our flowers, I think I'm gonna do these in white. Not the insert, not the middle parts. Everybody ready for spring? I saw a thing the other day. Yours melted too? Good. I saw a thing the other day that said we were 30 days away from spring. That was like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days ago or something. 2 or 3. I don't know. Maybe it was yesterday. I can't keep track, but I'm super excited for spring. I'm not a big fan of winter, so. All right, so I think that's all of our white pieces. So I'm gonna set these off to the side. Because we're working with laser cut wood, you can see the burn marks, mostly on the back sides, but see the burn marks there? You can see that through the white, especially white and lighter colors. So that's why we're doing a second coat on these, just to make it cover better. If you like a real rustic look, you can keep it with just one coat. That would be just fine. It's totally up to you how you want your piece to look. And sometimes certain colors take more than 2 coats even, so it just depends. You just gotta paint it to your liking. I'm trying to keep my edges clean here if I can. That second coat, do you see that huge difference between the first and the second coat? Hi, Kathy. And we're not gonna leave it just white. We're gonna put some polka dots or something on the background and kind of dress it up a little bit, I think, but still want it to look nice and shiny. I like my white to look white. All right, set that off to the side to dry, and we'll go right back in the same order that we did just a minute ago and redo our second coat of white on everything. Preston definitely doesn't know how to walk quietly, so I'm 100% sure that it's him up there stomping around. Hello, Deanna, sorry. Karen, hi from Texas. Hello, hi, Dora. If you guys are new to me, I do go live once a week doing crafts like this, so give me a follow if you're interested in this type of stuff. And if you're on my page and you haven't already, give us a follow over on the Craft Around the Clock group. We've got live crafting over there Monday through Friday, most of the day, and then we've got replays and things in there too. Hello, Selena. I'm doing good. How are you? The only thing I don't like about doing the one color at a time is I feel like you don't get to kind of see it come alive all at once. It takes longer, I guess I should say. Thank you so much for sprinkling. Kathy's from Arkansas. Hello, hello. All right. Do our little, this is our bumblebee, bumblebee, do you call them feathers? They don't really have feathers. Wings, there you go, they're wings. Sheesh, Ray. I don't know how I graduated. I even graduated college with a 3.94, I believe. Can you believe that? And I can't even tell you what wings versus feathers are. It's pretty sad. All right, all of our white is about to be done. We can move on to our next color. Okay, so I'm gonna set these off to the side. We wanna let them dry before we do anything else with them. Hello, is that Annalie? Is that how you say that? I like that, it's a pretty name. Let's do, well, we're already on this. Look, it's still got a little, you can, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see through it a little bit, but I kind of like it. It gives it a little rustic look, but it's mostly covered. I'm happy with it, but if you want it completely white, I would do a third coat on this. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it though. I like it like this. So I'm gonna do some black letters, and we're gonna do the background of this in a wood color. So let's start with that. I always like to use nutmeg brown for my wood. Hi, Chrissy. So we're gonna do that. Grab out another sponge here. It's not terribly different from just the MDF that it's cut on, but it gives it some more color and makes it look finished. So that's why I like this one. You could do darker. You could even do a little bit lighter if you wanted to. What was the other? Warm Buff maybe was the other one that I used to use. This is my favorite one though. So this will go, let me kind of show you where we're at for everybody that's just popping on. Hi Wanda, hi Pam. So we've got our Peter Cottontail Farms. This is gonna go up on here, our little 3D pieces. And then this I'm gonna do in black, and I think we're gonna give it some polka dots. So how cute is that? That's the back of the truck. Do you only use acrylic paints? For the most part, yes. I do use some chalk paints as well, but that's pretty much what I use. Hi Cynthia, newbie from Illinois, welcome. Hi Cheryl. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set these over here. Oops, too much stuff going on the desk. All right, and then I'm gonna get out some, I actually got out pavement, so it's not completely black, it's a really dark gray, but I like using this for black a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this color for our carrot patch words. And I'm gonna kind of just paint it on with them instead of pouncing it on. And up close, I can see kind of, it could use a second coat on this, but I actually, hey Jackie, how are you? Hi Carol. I really like the rustic look, and with the way that I left that white on there, I think that's gonna look really good. So I'm just gonna do the one coat on this. Like I said, it's a dark gray instead of actually black. If it was black, it definitely wouldn't need a second coat. But I'm not putting a whole bunch on here, and I just like the way that it looks. It's all that this is about, is how you want it to look. You can make it match your home decor. You know, if you've got this in your kitchen and you want it to match your kitchen, make it match your kitchen colors. Just because it's an Easter theme doesn't mean it has to be Easter colors either. You can do it however you want to do. All right, so we have got carrot patch. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this together. Carrot patch, and then got our little Peter Cottontail Farms on the bottom here. I think I might actually glue this down right now and start on the polka dots on there. So there's that. That's the very back of our truck. Let me get my glue if I can find it. It's gonna take a second. It's almost running out here. Started using the makeup sponge like you use. Yes, it makes it so much cleaner, doesn't it, Rachel? I feel like it's easier with the cutouts to use the sponges. Every once in a while, I like to use the brushes. That's why I just finally took my brushes upstairs to clean, because I use the sponges all the time, so now I never take those up and clean them, which is not good. Don't copy that. And I'm just putting my glue right inside of the etching. And the reason I do that is just because it's so sticky. If I can put it on the board instead of on the piece, it just saves my fingers from getting glued. Otherwise, I'm digging glue off my hands all night. All right, so pumpkin patch, oh my gosh, seriously? Carrot patch, not pumpkin patch. I wonder how many times I've said that. Sometimes I go back and, what flavor? Oh my gosh. I can't have them because I'm gluten-free, but I used to work at a local bakery, or local gas station that had a bakery, I should say, and we sold them, and it was a huge contest every year, a big party that we had basically, and they were delicious, so I'm jealous. What flavor are you getting? I wish I could find somebody around here that had them that are gluten-free, because that would be delicious. Hi, Betty. Peter Cottontail Farms. I wonder how many times I said pumpkin patch. Did you guys catch that yet? Did I say that more than once, or did I just catch myself the first time I said it? Because sometimes I say things that are completely irrelevant to what we're doing. All right, I'm going to cap this, but leave it laying on its side, so hopefully we can not mess that up too bad. All right, so my next thing, oh, that's a good idea. I should go check and see. Hey, Matt, how are you? Deborah, welcome. So happy to have you here. Oh my gosh, June, everybody in the family, that's crazy. They put me on a gluten-free diet before they ever tested me, and then they said that the only way to really know if it's celiac or not is if you're eating it consistently in order to test. So I never was tested to know if it's actually celiac or not, but I definitely have at least an allergy to it. So I have been gluten-free for 8 years now. I wish that they wouldn't have had me just do the diet before testing me. That was kind of silly on their part, but I definitely am not going to try and eat it for 30 days in a row just to find out, because I know it doesn't make me feel good. So now I'm just doing dots. I love to do dots with the back end of a paintbrush. So I'm just dipping my paint into, or my paintbrush, the end of it, into my paint and making little dots. And I like to leave some of them hanging off the edges and just put them all over the place to make them look more natural. Don't want them to be all clustered into one spot. Oops, that one did not look a circle at all. There we go. I didn't think about trying them for gluten-free. I'll have to see if they have any. That's a good idea. I have my nephew tomorrow. I doubt he's ever had one. I should take him. He's only 1, so I'm sure he hasn't had one, but I think he would like them. I know he would like them. He likes snacks. Yeah, I had a lot of problems a couple years ago. Anytime I ate, I got really sick. I couldn't hardly eat anything, and anything I ate ended up making me sick, and that was the first thing they said was, try to cut gluten. So I cut the gluten, and I felt better immediately, and then they were like, well, we can test you for celiac, but you need to be eating it for 30 days first. And I'm like, why did you not tell me that first? Why would we try it out? And then, no, I'm definitely not eating it again, so. Sometimes I feel like I get carried away with my dots. Sometimes I feel like I don't have enough. Stick one over here. I like to put my pieces on before I do the dots, because otherwise I end up doing so many and then you end up covering up most of them anyways. So I always do the 3D layered pieces before I start putting my dots on, and I just put my dots around the letters or whatever. But I do still try to make it so that it looks like, you know, it goes all around, and so it's not just, oh man, that one's totally not circular. That's all right. I don't want them just hanging out in the middle of the board is what I'm trying to say. I like them to look like they're going under the letters and off the board. Almost done with my dots. I think this is going to be cute. That one's not circular either. I feel like the more dots I do, or the longer I've been dotting, the less I want to do any more dots. Just gonna stick a few here and there on the bottom. All right. So there we go, carrot patch. There is our back of our truck bed. Hi, Lynn. Hello, Tina. All right, back to our brown color. I'm going to do the license plate and brown. And then we can glue this piece on and we'll get to move on to the insert with the carrots. Where are we at for time? We're doing good. We're doing really good. I always worry because I like to do, I don't really display the 24-inch truck, so I try to do my examples for you guys on the big ones because that's what I use. And I worry that they're so big it takes so long sometimes to paint them. Since we're on a craft around the clock segment, I'm just gonna make sure I stick into my 45-minute time slot. All right, so this one's just, oops, just our 25 cents on our little license plate. So there we go. Hello, Shannon. All right. So here we go. Here's our final little piece. This one's where all the detail happens though, so we still have some time left to do here. So we have got, we're gonna have some red hearts. So I'm gonna get the red in a second. Got our little bumblebee. The insides of our flowers I'm gonna do in yellow. Just looking for my cap here. And then our orange carrots with our green tops. So let's do this. I've got shamrock for my green. I think that's spongy enough to still use. I'm gonna go ahead and do the tops of these. Ooh, I like that green. I don't think I use this one very often. I really like this color. Usually I mix my greens. I usually use a dark green and a lime green, but I'm just gonna do the one solid green today. Hi, Vicky. Hello, Aunt Tam. Did you enjoy your dinner? All right, so get these done. So good, good. Hi, Patricia. You haven't started your small truck yet? Oh, are you talking about the little one, the tiered tray truck? I've got some new kits I need to get cut for that too to get on the website. I'm hoping to have kits listed. This one I did put up since I'm painting it live, so it is available now, but I'm hoping to get the rest of them listed on Wednesday or Thursday this week. I babysit my nephew. My sister just started working 12-hour shifts, so I have him all day now on the days that I do have him, but I only have him 2 days. So I'll have him all day tomorrow, so I won't get any work done, and then I'll have him all day on Friday. All right, so there's that part, and now let's do our orange just to get this background part of it done so we can build from there. And I'm actually using, I believe it's called carrot orange. Let me see. I lied, spiced carrot, which is almost empty if you heard that. So hopefully this little bit I got here is enough to finish to do our carrots with. And I'm just gonna try to be careful right at the top here, right where they connect. You can always go back through with a brush and clean that up if we have to. Sometimes, like I'm doing here, I just use my fingernail right in the edge and it kind of gives you a straight line right across. So I have this one. Better tell on myself. They had a gluten-free chocolate cake. You know he'll tell on you if you don't tell on yourself. Did you like his face? He let me shave his mustache and trim up his eyebrows last night. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna tell you guys. I have this one for the truck inserts, and then there's an Easter one. So this one's kind of, I mean, it's Easter too, but it's not Easter specific. Hey, Karen. So I have an Easter one coming, and then I have this one that's on the website already for you guys. And then I have a new tiered tray, the little mini one for the tiny truck for Easter. Or no, we already had Easter. What did I put on there? A spring one maybe. And I don't remember everything else, but it's basically Easter and spring stuff coming out. So just keep an eye on the website. Should be later this week. I'll make an announcement once everything's up. All right, so there you go. There's our background. It's cute just like that if you just want to do it. I mean, you don't have to add all the details or do anything fancy with these, and it's still cute. But I'm gonna make some more details on mine. So I'll go ahead and set this off to the side, and I'm gonna do our little inserts in a yellowish, a goldish yellow. I like to use the, they used to be King's Gold. What are these now? Golden Sunset, I think, is what the new color is. Hi, Rosie. I'm actually going to use my same sponge that I just did on the orange to do the inserts to these. And if anything, it just kind of gives you a little ombre look in the center of your flowers. It doesn't matter. I can see a little bit of orange on the edge of this one, but other than that, they just look yellow to me. And then we have, so we've got our inserts there. Let's do our bumblebee. I'm gonna go ahead and do the yellow first. I'm just gonna paint him all yellow, and then I'll go back over him. I won't do his head yellow because I know there's no yellow on his head. I'm gonna do all the yellow here on his body, and then I'll come back through and I'll do the black stripes in just a minute once those dry. But I can get started on my red hearts here. Running out of room on my plate here. And all my colors are running out. I've got so much paint. Probably hundreds of bottles of paint, but running out of my favorite colors, and I'm trying not to buy new until I use everything I've got. You could do these in pink. Do your whole thing in a pink theme if you wanted to. I did that with the Christmas trees. Do you guys remember that? Anybody on here that's been following me a while? I did a traditional set of Christmas tree inserts, but then I also did a fun set in like pink and silver, I think they were. I probably have it right here in my box. I could show you. I'll have to look in a second. All right. Now I am going to get out a brush because I want to do my bumblebee stripes. I'm actually gonna hit it with a heat gun just a second. I have a small enough brush. I think this one, oh, this one's still crunchy. It needs to be washed. This one should probably work. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the same pavement color that I used. It's not actually black, but it's dark enough. It's a dark gray. And I'm just gonna paint his head here. I kind of went over my line, so instead of just having one little spot, I just reran the whole brush over it again to make it a nice smooth line instead of a jagged line over the edge. So there's our little bumblebee's head, and then I'll go down and do every other stripe. Ooh. I don't know. This brush is kind of jagged. Let's see. Let's try this one. It's a little bit smaller. No, that one's crooked too. I don't want it to go outside of my lines. That's what I get for not cleaning my brushes, so they're not in very good shape right now. Thank you so much. Hello, Denise. Wow, it's sad to see how these brushes are. All right. You could still use a sponge if you wanted to for this. I've done it. You can cut the corners, just cut your edges down so it fits, you know, a smaller chunk instead of that big piece of the sponge. But I do find if I'm trying to do details that the brush gives me a little bit more control. Just got his little bumblebee butt to do. There we go. And I'm going to set him off to the side a minute because I do not want to get black paint all over myself. That is very messy. Hello, Barbara. Thank you so much for sprinkling. Hi, Kim. All right. So I think I'm going to leave everything with just the one color or one coat that I've got. But we're going to go ahead and start putting pieces down. And then we're going to do some cute details on this. Let me get my glue down to the bottom here so that we can glue our pieces together. Give me 1 second. There we go. I think these are all the same size, but I don't want to lay them down until I know for sure they fit. Then we've got our little flowers, and I think they're gonna go just gonna kind of spread them out. There we go. So they're all kind of in different, they're not in the exact same spots. And sometimes I have a hard time with the little dots, the inside insert pieces not wanting to fit exactly right. So I just push them in there and make it work. Hi, Shelby. I think what it is they're not exactly circles, so they've got to fit like perfectly how they were cut out, and it's pretty much impossible to figure out. So I just kind of wiggle them around and push them in there. All right, I'm gonna run the heat gun again on my little bee, so give me just a second. Do not like to get black paint on myself if I can avoid it. And we're gonna stick our little bee on here. I'm gonna put them like right there. Kind of like that, and then his wings are this part. So I don't really need, I'm only gonna put a little glue in the middle and a little bit on the ends of the hearts here. Because not much of that's gonna actually touch his body, and I don't wanna have glue just dripping off of him. Him, her, it, whatever kind of bee it wants to be. Oh no. Okay. I think it's lined up as good as it's gonna get. The glue is still kind of slippery, so. All right, so let me show you guys again for those who are just hopping on. Oops, gotta be careful, some of my dots might not be dry. Here's the back end of our truck. Hey, Vicki. So Carrot Patch, Peter Cottontail Farms. And then 25 cents for our license plate. And then these are our inserts for the top part of the truck that's still drying, and we're still gonna work on some details. So let me see if I can find a little brush for some details. I'm gonna go ahead and get out some white paint. Well, I already have it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the white paint, I guess I should say. And we're just gonna do a few details around our pieces. So sometimes I like to kind of go around the edges. You can do some dots. You don't have to do your entire outline or the entire piece outlined, just the pieces that you want. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a little bit of, I should probably use the back of my paintbrush for the dots. It looks better. Let's see. Let's do another one up here. I'm just gonna do my lines right now. I'll come back through in a second and do some dots with the back end of my brush. So we got those. I'll do my hearts over here. And I think that's good for that. I'm gonna use my bigger brush again. Where'd it go? For my polka dots. So I'm gonna go back through and redo my dots because these are not very circular. And I want it to have circular dots. In some places I'll have more dots than others. Do some, oh, I'm gonna redo these ones here. Gonna do one there and one there. And then let's see, do some little dots. I don't know, he might be too big for that. So let's do some little dots on our bumblebee. So, and then maybe we can do a few on our carrots. I can't send an invite. It's not, you can't invite to a live. She would have to have the link. You could send her the link. You should be able to click share and send a link that way to her. So got a couple there, a couple here. Let's do a couple on both sides over here. Say a couple, but they're fused, not a couple, I guess. 1, 2, 3. All right, let me look here and see. I don't know, I think that is pretty good. Maybe we should do a little outline on the edge of my heart. I'm just doing that in the back end of the brush too. And just wherever, whatever, however it lands, I guess. So there we go. There's our carrot heart or carrot patch. You could take why can't I think, a Sharpie and make your etched lines even darker if you wanted to. I'm trying to think if I want to do anything on these flowers. I don't know. I think we're gonna leave them white. Hello, Melinda. I think we're gonna leave them. I think that I like it how it is, so I think we're gonna leave it. I can always come back and add more to it later if I want to. Let me go ahead and get this attached to the truck, or at least pull the truck down and show you. Thank you. All right, so there's our truck for March, our St. Patty's truck. Ooh, I'm gonna run the heater on this real quick because I'm messing up my polka dots. Thank you. Hello, Melinda, newbie from Nebraska, welcome. Okay, I don't wanna mess up my polka dots when I do that. So here's my truck, and I do have the giant truck. Let me grab some of my Velcro here. Ugh. Okay. Let's see if I can do this with you guys live. I don't know if it'll work or not. So mine are Velcroed on, and I have the giant 24-inch truck. So they just Velcro. I put some Velcro on the back and on the truck itself. And I just use a little piece. I don't even use very much. When I first started, I was using a giant piece, but I don't need to do that. So I just Velcro it right, I put the Velcro right on there, and then I position it where I want it to go, which I'm gonna actually look at for this part. And then I press it onto the Velcro and let it dry. It's the easiest way that I've found to do it. Instead of putting the Velcro on it and hoping that it works. See what I mean? Now I've got it exactly where I need it to go. I'm gonna do the same thing for the back part of the truck. I am always careful though when you peel them up, because you could split your wood. I mean, it's just small MDF, so be careful doing that. Same thing, I just get my Velcro ready, and then I place the piece down onto it where I want it. And then the top part is actually an insert, so you don't need any Velcro at all. To have, yep, the inserts are for the 12-inch trucks and the 24-inch trucks. Ugh, my paint wasn't dry. That's all right, I totally smudged it, it's cool. So there's our truck. Okay, got our cute little carrots, carrot patch, and our license plate. Yeah, so when you go to the website, you can pick if you want the 12-inch truck inserts or the 24-inch inserts. So whatever truck you have, you'll want to make sure you get the correct inserts for that. All right, friends, that is all I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Stick around for the next presenter in the Craft Around the Clock group. And if you are new to me, please hit the follow button. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good week. Bye, everybody.